Coming up on the Joe Rossano Show. Mutual friends of mine who've been friends 10, 20, 30, 40 years have unfriended each other on social media because of politics. They won't say hi to one another at happy hour because of politics. Are you ready for down-to-earth reporting and brutal honesty? The Joe Rossano Show is next. Welcome to the Joe Rossano Show. Hi, I am Joe Rossano, where our mission is to lay out the issues in a down-to-earth fashion using brutal honesty. So as of right now and forevermore, stop watching fake news, stop tuning in to conspiracy-driven podcasts, and strictly get all of your information going forward right here on the Joe Rossano Show. Now, if you're new to the Joe Rossano Show, let me give you an idea of what it is that we do here. You see, we report the facts. We don't take guesses. We don't do the conspiracy stuff. If it's an opinion, I will let you know that it's an opinion. But basically, if I cannot prove what I am reporting in court, I don't report it. We do the facts here. We report the facts. Let's rock. Avoiding civil war. Are we on the cusp of a civil war here in the United States? Some critics would say that right now we are in the midst of a Cold War. It's gotten really bad. I mean, it's not disagreement anymore. It's hatred. It's deep, dark hatred now. Ask Joe Rogan.
Charlie Kirk gets shot and people are celebrating. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You want people to die that you disagree with? Like, where are we right now on the scale of 1 to Civil War? Where are we? Are we at 7? Because I thought we were at 5. I thought we were like 4 or 5. But after the Charlie Kirk thing, I'm like, oh, we might be like 7.
So to make every attempt to try to find some common ground, your pal Joe Rossano has decided to become a third-party moderator between the left and the right to see if I can stop the hatred, to see if we could find some common ground, some areas we can agree upon so we can all be friends again. Now, I've decided to try to pick the low-hanging fruit, the no-brainer stuff. So let's give it a try. Violent protests, starting fires, looting, destruction of property, burning down the CVS in your neighborhood so that the older folks can't go get their medication. Oh boy, I'm going to have to get back to you folks because I'm not sure we're going to find a whole lot of agreement there. So let's try one more. Biological males who transition to females participating in women's sports, going into biological women's locker rooms, going into biological women's restrooms. Should be easy enough. Nope. Can't get agreement on that one either. Unbelievable. So I'm 0 for 2. So let's try one more. Immigration. Should the United States deport undocumented immigrants who have committed crimes, sex traffickers, drug traffickers, you name it, gang members? Should we? Should we deport them? Public safety threats? Nope. Can't seem to get an agreement on that one either. I mean, let's just ask Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative from Georgia, who wrote on X the following. There is nothing left to talk about with the left. They hate us. They assassinated our nice guy who actually talked to them peacefully, debating ideas. Then millions on the left celebrated and made clear they want all of us dead. To be honest, I want a peaceful national divorce. Our country is too far gone and too far divided, and it's no longer safe for any of us. I will pray for the left, but personally, I want nothing to do with them. That is how far it has gotten. It's hatred. Mutual friends of mine who've been friends 10, 20, 30, 40 years have unfriended each other on social media because of politics. They won't say hi to one another at happy hour because of politics. Can't play an all-star game in Atlanta because of politics. That is how far it has gotten. It's hatred. People who used to love each other, used to be close friends, used to rely on each other, now ignore each other because of politics. Again, this is so unfortunate. As the younger folks, too. They hate each other, too. They can't agree either. And that's a shame. And let me tell you what I don't understand. When I was a young guy, I had no idea who was vice president. When I was 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, I didn't know who Dan Quayle was. I had no idea. I was too busy having fun. Now, everything seems to be wrapped up in politics. Everywhere you go, everything you do, you can't watch a sports game without the commentators talking about politics. In the not so distant past, on election day, folks would go to work. You would have some folks who wore a Bush Cheney shirt. You would have other folks who wore a Carrie Edwards shirt. And it boiled down basically to a sports rivalry. Like somebody had a Yankee shirt on, somebody had a Red Sox shirt on, and they would rib each other back and forth. Now, it's hatred. Somebody would get fired, the cops would get called, there'd be a fight. It, again, has gotten to a point where it's horrible now. It's very difficult to be friends now. It's gotten to a point, folks, where you have people on the right referring to the people on the left as socialists and communists. You have people on the left referring to people on the right as fascists and Nazis. That's where it's got. They're dehumanizing each other, and that's why it's gotten violent now. And that's why your pal Joe Rossano is trying to straighten this out, is trying to hopefully find some common ground here between our fellow citizens so we can go back to being friendly. It's sad, folks. It really is. You have sons and daughters don't want to go to their parents' house because of politics, because of who they voted for. It's gotten to that level. You have relatives that don't want to visit each other around the holidays because of politics. Again, it's gotten that far. That is how bad it has got. So what can your pal Joe Rossano do here? What's the fix here? Your pal Joe Rossano is trying to work this thing out. I agree with Bill Maher when I say I don't want to hate half the country. And at the end of the day, when the chips fall on the table and we get down to the brass tacks, regardless of who's in power, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, it doesn't matter. Let me let you in on a little secret. None of them care about us at all. And if you don't believe me, let's ask Ronald Reagan from the movie Point Break.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the ex-presidents, and we need just a few moments of your time. We've been screwing you for years, so a few more seconds shouldn't matter, now should it?
So what is the fix? The only thing I can see, or the only fix that I see here, is that both parties have to move a bit to the center. The left has to move a bit to the center. The right has to move a bit to the center. Or we're all in trouble. I don't want a civil war, folks. I want us all to be friends again. That was lots of fun. When I was a young guy, nobody hated each other's guts. Sometimes I wished I could just go back to the 80s. Talk about diverse. You only needed one radio station in the 80s. That's all you needed. On one radio station, you could hear Madonna, Billy Idol, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Huey Lewis and the News, and Michael Jackson on the same radio station. The number one song was Beat It. The number two song was Heart of Rock and Roll by Huey Lewis. That is how we got along back then. Nobody hated each other back then. The country was in good shape back then. Ronald Reagan would say, tear down this wall. Team USA defeated the Soviets in ice hockey. It was a wonderful time. So at the end of the day, folks, my suggestion is this. Let's give each other some grace. Let's try to find some common ground. Let's understand that we falter and try to give each other a break. Try to be friendly again. Try to bridge those gaps. Tell me what to do. Comment. Send me an email, joe@joerossano.com. That is joe@joerossano.com. Tell me what to do. Joe Rossano's rant of the day. Rant of the day. Age. Being in my 50s. That's my rant of the day. You know what bothers me more than anything else is when somebody says age is just a number. Tell my cholesterol that. Tell my prostate that. Tell these wrinkles right here that. Age isn't just a number. Really. It really isn't. I take cholesterol medication. Age isn't just a number. I can assure you that. I had a hairline when I was a younger guy. It went straight across. Now look at it. Wife's going through menopause, and it happens to the ladies too. Things happen to the ladies too. When I go to bed at night, I'm freezing to death. My wife is burning up, got 2 fans running, and it's cold, but she's hot. So I'm a good partner. Got to do what you got to do. But when you get to be in your 50s, just weird stuff starts to happen. And it's not just a number. That doesn't mean I'm not in my mid 50s. That doesn't mean, again, that my cholesterol is low. That's not what that means. It's just things happen when you're in your 50s. And I'm going to say it again, it sucks. I miss being young sometimes. I really do. I just miss feeling young sometimes. And again, it's the ladies too. This menopause thing, I got to tell you, I feel sorry for you ladies. You're burning up your hormones or this or that. You got to do some type of hormone treatment. So age is not just a number. How many of you needed hormone treatments when you were 20 years old? I can't imagine many. Once again, thanks for tuning into the Joe Rossano Show, where we are down to earth and brutally honest. Please subscribe, share, and click the notification bell for the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. Once again, God bless you, my dearest friends and fellow Americans, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show.